Yo, youngs and nannies, brothers and sisters. Today I want to share my experience of school and why I think y'all should give it another shot. And before you click off this video thinking that I'm some teacher's pet or I'm sponsored by school, I think school is pretty boring. A lot of the time, school is pretty boring. I've made it fun. I made it fun. I really think that just comes down to how much effort you put into it. You all know the quote, what you put in is what you get out. I think it really applies to school. And the reason I want to talk about this because I think 95%, at least 95% of school students these days, they all hate going to school, they all despise every single part of it. Right? But I think if you make an effort, then school can really be fun. What I'm talking about is socializing. There's a lot of things we can't control, like classes, teachers. But even that, we can get something out of it. All right, obviously, we're very privileged to speak about, oh yeah, I don't like school, So these are very first world problems, but still problems nonetheless, because I think y'all could benefit a lot from this. As, you could be more motivated in your studies, but, y'all know I don't care about that, right? If you guys can have fun with something that's taking up most of your life, why not have fun with it? Because school takes up, 8 hours, 9 hours, right? If you can have fun with it, then why not? And really, I think it really comes down to socializing, involving yourself with your school community, taking part in events, catching all those opportunities, right? For example, we have house representatives. That's what we call it out at school. People who lead. If you've never done that before, why not take a shot at it? There's a lot of benefit that can come from doing that. You know how jobs ask for experience, right? That could build core qualities inside of yourself. And it's not even I'm trying to be a teacher's pet and promote. I'm not trying to be the PR team for my school, but seriously, I think last year was the best year, honestly, right? Back then, I used to hate school. Not really hate school, but I just really disliked going to school, One time, I remember I skipped school. I skipped school a few times, A lot of kids have. And I think, I was like, oh man, this is too boring. I just want to play video games. I just want to stay home scrolling. I don't want to go to school no more. But right now, the weekend is boring. You know how people say, oh shit, it's Friday. I live for the weekend. I live for Monday. I don't actually live for Monday, I'm not reliant. I treat every day as the same, but, I usually enjoy going to school more than being at home because it's so fun. And last year, I'm not sure if I mentioned this in my social anxiety videos. Last year is where I've really grown in my social skills. All the way from China, right, to interacting with other people, and they're all compounded. Every day I socialize, trying to make new connections. Of course, I know some of you are introverts. We're all different. But humans are social animals. But obviously, I'm not trying to say that socializing isn't hard. It's not the easiest thing to do. I used to be in that position where I was socially anxious. I used to stutter all day. I couldn't talk to much people. I only had a very close group of friends. I didn't even have real friends back then. I was a loner. Okay, I'm not sure if I said this, but I was a legit loner. Okay. But it wasn't until I actually started putting effort You know, school does create a really, what can I say, demotivating environment. You know, people judge you. People judge you very harshly in school. That's a fact. Okay, when you don't try at something, people will judge you. When you go all in on something, when you actually try, people will judge you. People will think that you are a tryhard. You're like, oh, that dude's so cringe. Obviously, I'll make another video on like people hating on you. Yeah, but obviously, you guys know if you watch my videos. That's just people projecting their insecurities on you. Alright. But obviously, school, you know, we're all immature here. We're going through puberty. All that. It's inevitable that people are going to create the environment. Just like we had 50,000 years ago, when we had our ancestors, you know, would get kicked out if we weren't a part of the tribe. But I want you all to understand, if you all don't make an effort to socialize and be yourself, you're going to regret it. Because what are you going to do? Fit in and try to be like everybody else? Nuh-uh. Because let me show you something. Fitting in is actually a paradox. Because the more you try to fit in, the more discomfort you feel. Right? The less comfortable you are with everybody. Because we're trying to fit in. We're trying to be comfortable. You know, we're trying not to miss out on what everybody's doing. Alright, but the popular kids, the cool kids, they're just living their own lives. You know? They have their own insecurity as well. This is coming from a really popular kid, by the way. Okay, I'm not just some random onlooker. Okay, I am actually a popular kid. Not in a braggy way, not in a egotistical way. I'm just saying this because it's a fact. Like, have a lot of experience with this. And I think you just need to be yourself. And if you be yourself, then you'll find the actual people, the real people who you deserve to be with you in your life. Like, I only have a very close, tight-knit group. 3 friends. Obviously, they don't really know each other, you know, but I only have 3 friends in my circle. Even though I have over 100 acquaintances. Hundreds of acquaintances at this point. I don't even know. But yeah, right? You don't need to be popular. You don't need to interact with everyone. Be a social butterfly. Just be your authentic self. Get those lifelong friends. Get those lifelong connections that you crave. You know, you don't need all this external BS, external validation from people whose opinion you don't even value, right? So I think, yeah, that's what I've been doing at school. You know, that's what I think really is important at school. The socializing aspect. We're forced around so many people, you know. And this video might be messy, you know. I feel like I'm flowing, but it might be messy, but I think there's a lot in my mind that I can't really put into words, you know. And once you develop this social base, it's like social fluency. You know how we learn languages. We're immersed in school every day. And I think that's a great benefit of school. 5 days a week, we socialize. That is, if you socialize. Okay, once you're an adult, it will be much harder to do that. You know how we have a friendship epidemic, a loneliness crisis all around the world? Adults can't even find friends nowadays. You know, back to the last point, they can't even find real friends. But to find real friends to begin with, you gotta at least find some friends. You gotta at least find some people. And I think this is the amazing benefit that school has. You're surrounded by hundreds of people at least. My school has 2,000 people, maybe, give or take. You can't really count. But yeah, when you're surrounded by that much people, and it's pretty chill. It's pretty easy to find your crowd, right? And I think that these social skills that you develop right now in your teenage years, all right, this leadership skills, taking action on those opportunities, risk taking, there's a lot of things that we learn at school. Even if we don't learn it inside of the classes, we still get a lot of experience that can be carried over to the real world. It may not be that applicable, but if you at least put some effort, it'll give you a head start, right? I also, what I said about taking opportunities. I took literally every single damn opportunity that I could get my hands on. Whether it was a notice, whether the school was announcing they were giving away free accessories that you could wear for like this special day, or you could dress up. This is very privileged coming from a kid who goes to a private school. Like I'm so privileged that I live in this first world country and go to this rich kid school. But I think this all still applies if you go to a public school, right? I'm trying to apply for leadership roles. I'm inside committees. I promote, my school stuff. Okay, kind of ironic that I said I'm not trying to be the school PR team. But yeah, like, I'm helping around the school, I'm volunteering, I'm taking part in the school, I'm having a wider grasp of what being inside of this community feels like. And it has rewarded me, I don't see, I think a large part of that has been volunteering, for example. I am volunteering my time, and it's not like I get much out of it, even though I feel like I'm getting a lot out of it, because I'm involving myself with the community. The benefits of being a good person, I guess, is just being good. Not in an egotistical way, because there's stuff like egotistical altruism. People can do it to feel good about themselves. And of course, I feel good about myself. Okay? But that's biologically engineered into our DNA. Being kind is a trait that is hardwired into almost all humans. Because if you think about it, back then, like, even modern day, being kind is beneficial to everybody. The way that you heal yourself is that you heal others. That's kind of like a quote I learned from Life Skits. Maybe. But I used to watch those like kindness skits, like people doing random acts of kindness, because I really liked watching those. But yeah, the way we help others, the way we help ourselves is helping others. And I really believe that. I don't believe in like paying it forward. But seriously, okay, if you're kind, I don't know why this video turned into like a kindness video. But hey, kindness is an important message. That's one of my favorite things about humanity. That's one of the things I'm hopeful about humanity is kindness. I love kindness. I hope everyone promotes it. Anyway, I've shared how I felt about opportunities. But final message. Okay? This time will pass either way. And this can be applied to all of life. You know? Like your life is gonna pass either way. Right? So just think about it for a second. If my life is gonna pass either way, why not just have fun with it instead of despising every single second? Like, why not just have fun with school instead of hating it? Right? Why not actually go out, have some fun? You know, don't take it too seriously. Don't worry about it too much. You know, we'll figure it out. But you know, we're just gonna go socialize, take up all those opportunities. You know, get some skills, right? I think all them kids need to hear this. I'm a kid as well, you know. I'm just 15. But I knew that my 12-year-old self would have needed to hear this. So, hey, any dongsangs, any people younger than me, or if you're older than me a little bit, comment down below. Alright? So, thank you guys for watching up to this point, and peace.